Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Colonel Comics Reads. Here today, we are reviewing Tumblr fanfic, The Book. Actually, it's Immortal Hulk number 3. And before we get into it, can I just say, I love how that with the decline of the comic industry, no, I don't love that, but with the decline due to Comicsgate, I'd just like to point out that rather than firing artists, we're just going to glum them all into one book, all these like artists and writers and everyone. Why not get like 16 people working on a book? We're almost there, so that's great. And I love these diverse names too, just as an aside. Now, for some reason, Al Ewing has me blocked on Twitter. Al, I think that's a mistake, so if you see this video, please unblock me. I'm really a progressive chap, so yeah, I think we can work together. So, cover, not bad. We've got a little soy twink boy there, blasting a hole through toxic masculinity personified. So that's a great start. Claps for that. Let's get into it. Okay, so we got a quote here. And in the lowest deep, a lower deep, still threatening to devour me, opens wide. Sounds like my ideology. Okay. Now we come here, we get a beautiful, diverse young woman, and who seemingly has the power to take her eyes and make them wider. I guess she's seen Richard C. Meyer and, yeah, really wants to follow suit there. So let's go. She's interviewing some people about the recent Hulk sightings, and as we get into it, yeah, okay, white male police officer, nothing possibly bad could go wrong there, right? Huh? I'm surprised that this young black woman didn't get shot immediately upon entering the police station. Maybe that's why his hand is broken there. He had to snap it off before he shot her. All right, so we can see here we're already straight into the fan fiction. This art is just... It's okay. It's okay. I'll say that. And as we go through, we can see that young twink soy boy here is blasting with his finger guns. And hits the cop in the hand. So that's what happens. As usual, I've barely read this book. I've barely read it. I don't really need to see anything to come to a judgment, so yeah, there's that. Alright, as we go through, we come to our next person, and the art here is even better. It's just plainer. There's less to look at in each panel, so it's not as confusing for my soy-idle brain to see. So he's seeing Bruce Banner through here, and I guess he's cucked him out, and he flees. But not before taking a knife. Yeah, that's a scary thought. So he runs out of there like a little coward man-child soy baby. Not a soy baby. I'm sorry to all my left-wing progressive viewers. A right-wing man-child. Now, we come here to this lovely, aged woman who really likes the little soy boy twink, which is great. It's finally good to get someone admitting that. And we go through. She is just loving it. And, of course, we've got a priest here trying to get handsy as well. That's not good. And, of course, he's white. Why not? I mean, yeah, it all seems to be white people through here. That's a big complaint. Sorry, I'm feeling a little ill at the moment, so if you hear me sniffling, just know that it's the old soy flu coming back this week. Seems to happen sort of bi-weekly. That's twice a week, just so we don't get confused. Anyway, so we get the priest here saying how he's got confused urges and I assume wants to touch him. Again, I haven't read it, so I'm not going to read it. I don't need that in my life. After the James Gunn debacle, that's really just turned me off of pedophilia. So, all right, I'm going to leave that in. Okay, so we get him. He's about to blast everyone here. I guess he's had enough of being called a little twink. But then, toxic masculinity arrives. All right, so as he comes blasting through there, he looks lovely to this woman, and the little twink is no, don't kill me. He breaks. Where is it? Breaks his hand somewhere here. Yeah, there. Snaps them, and but he's still able to blast toxic masculinity right through the chest. Big hole. But as ever, toxic masculinity comes back stronger than ever. See, he's got a little smile there, and he's freaking the hell out. Priest is like, oh no, my little twink boy is going to get killed. And this cop couldn't be happier about it. Two men brawling, getting sweaty, and... oh, let's change pages. I can't handle this. Now, unfortunately, we see another woman being fridged here. Killed, green door, whatever the hell that means again. I'm not going to read this book and actually find out what it means. I don't need to see that. But yeah, he's been locked up. Turns out he hangs himself. That's not good, is it? So, yeah, let's change pages. All right. Now, I guess someone has flattered his car here. Don't know who, don't know why, but apparently it could be Bruce Banner. And he sucks. Again, I love the minimalistic art style here. There's just really nothing to look at except for these giant word bubbles. Maybe something was censored through here because it looks like perhaps there might have been more text supposed to go in there. I don't know, but the less we hear from old hillbilly white man here, the better. All right, we go through. Now, towards the end of the book, she actually gets a call. And who is it from? None other but an actual man drawn with an art style. The masturbation monster. He's all hairy. Palms hairy. Everything's hairy. This guy cannot stop himself. I guess he must have seen the new She-Ra design and hasn't heard from us left-wingers yet. So, yeah, great job, buddy. Yeah, get her a call and see what you can do about that problem. Now, towards this last part of the book, I thought it might have been a bit of a printing issue. But upon closer inspection, I think we're defending free speech by censoring some hateful right-wingers through here. I think some hateful letters made it into this column, and it blotted this all out. So, yeah, good job, everybody. Good job. Now, as we come through to my favourite part of the review, diversity tips. So, let's get right into it, shall we? Okay. Now, we see here the little twink blasting a hole through toxic masculinity. That's great. As I said before, let's get more people on this book. Let's really go to town. I want to see even more art styles. Perhaps try Tumblr. I know you've probably scrounged up a few people from Tumblr there, but let's try and get some more, huh? Okay. All right. So, we're already doing quite well here with this woman. She's dressed very plainly, which is great. No sexualization allowed there, so loving that. Let's go through. Again, talking to all of these white witnesses. Why were all the witnesses white? That's just strange to me. Surely there was one diverse person that saw the Hulk, but no, I guess it's Whitey. Let's change that, shall we? Let's maybe make him, I know he's already kind of disabled here, but let's lose the hand and maybe make him, I don't know, like a little dog or something. I think that makes sense. Better than another white guy anyway. Come through to this style here. As I said, quite minimalistic, quite good. Why not, I don't know, cut the mustache off? I mean, that's a little racist, isn't it? Get a haircut, not the DNC haircut again. Don't want to be racist. And, I don't know, maybe let's put out his eyes or something. Get some more disability points in there. Let's really go for that in this book. Yeah, I think that'd be great. Now, we come through here. Now, this woman, she seems, and correct me if I'm wrong, seems to be sexualizing this young little twink boy. Not quite right. So I was a little confused by that. So I brought my my third wave feminist manual along, and so I'm going to consult with this later, and have a look at some psychology and strategy specifically, and just see if the feminist manual can shed some light on what I should be thinking here. So we'll go through towards the end of the book here. Now, I cannot praise enough how he blasts toxic masculinity there. We don't need to see this, by the way. Just making that look good. Maybe more of a beer gut. He's already kind of got a beer gut going on there. Let's just bulge that out a little and really show men for what they are. Okay. All right. That's great. That's great. Bigger hole, maybe. Maybe we just blast him away entirely and get on to better things with our book. We don't need to see that anymore. More white people. What is going on? I don't think I've seen a brown person here yet, apart from the reporter lady. She's green. There's plenty of green people. They seem to be able to fit enough of those in the book, but not anyone properly diverse. Weird. And, one of the women is dead. You've got this woman here who can't get enough of this man, and the brown woman at the front. What's going on? So, come to the end here. Anything being smashed like that belongs to a man, really, it's just making up for all of the hundreds of years of male domination and patriarchy. So more of that, please. Let's fix this in comics. We can do it, people. Reparations must happen. So as we come to the last part with the masturbation monster here, just look at that. Look at him. He's just loving it, isn't he? And he, of course, I did read this bit, he wants some help from her to find Bruce, So I think that's okay as far as diversity goes. Seeking out a black woman for help is okay in my book. But of course, I fear once he gets there, he's, let's just say there's going to be some Me Tooing happening. I think definitely going to be part of the Me Too movement there with someone like that on the inside. All right, everyone. So that's pretty much the end of this particular comic review. I will, of course, flash by a couple of comics that I won't be reviewing. So let's have a look at those. First, we've got The Flash, number 51. I guess there was a snake in his boot. We've got Iron Man, number 2. You can see here, Mein Kampf, as he's trying to get out from under that rubble. Aryan symbol right there. And we've got a proper diverse, cover through here. Plenty of different... I mean, she's white, but it's a woman, so it's okay. And last one, we have Male Gaze, the cover. All right, everyone. I'll catch you on the next episode of Colonel Comics Reads. Colonel Comics, away!